Welcome back to Gearhead Garage, the place where we dive deep into the latest rides, classics, and everything in between. Today, we've got something exciting on the table: the all-new 2026 Toyota Mini Land Cruiser. If you've ever loved the rugged legacy of the Land Cruiser but wished for something a bit smaller, more affordable, and city-friendly without losing its adventurous DNA, this might just be the SUV you've been waiting for. Let's take it for a detailed look and see whether Toyota's latest edition deserves to carry the legendary Land Cruiser name. Exterior: at first glance, the Mini Land Cruiser makes a bold impression. Toyota has intentionally leaned into the retro modern styling trend, combining the tough DNA of the classic Land Cruiser with modern lines that make it feel current. From the front, the SUV features a squared-off fascia that pays homage to its bigger sibling. The grille is upright and blocky, with horizontal slats and a bold Toyota badge at the center. Flanking it are round LED headlights that immediately call back to vintage Land Cruisers of the past. The bumper is thick and rugged, with a pronounced skid plate underneath that screams off-road readiness. Even the hood has muscular creases that add to the sense of toughness. This front end doesn't just look capable, it looks iconic, like something that could easily hold its own on a safari trail or in a city center. Moving to the side, the proportions are immediately noticeable. The Mini Land Cruiser isn't massive, but it manages to look purposeful. Short overhangs at the front and rear give it better approach and departure angles, while squared wheel arches filled with chunky all-terrain tires reinforce the adventurous look. The roofline is boxy and flat, carrying the classic utility vibe that many SUVs have abandoned in favor of sleeker, coupe-like shapes. A contrasting roof color is available on certain trims, adding a splash of personality. Black cladding along the lower doors and around the fenders gives it a rugged, ready-for-action appearance, while available roof rails add to its practical side. You get the sense that this is a vehicle equally at home carrying surfboards to the beach as it is climbing up a muddy mountain pass. At the back, Toyota continues the retro-modern playbook. The tailgate is upright and squared off, with vertical taillights that mirror the round lamps up front but in a more modern LED interpretation. The rear bumper is thick and sits high, further signaling this SUV's off-road focus. Some trims even feature an exposed full-size spare tire mounted on the tailgate, adding not only utility but also an authentic rugged aesthetic that many enthusiasts will love. Subtle badging with Land Cruiser spelled out across the rear panel makes it clear this little SUV isn't just borrowing an EMEA, it's part of a proud lineage. Altogether, the exterior design strikes a balance between nostalgic charm and modern functionality, which should appeal to buyers who want a tough-looking SUV without going too large. Interior: step inside, and the Mini Land Cruiser takes a similarly thoughtful approach. The cabin is not overly luxurious, but it feels solid, practical, and purposeful. Toyota has designed the interior with durability in mind, using materials that can withstand the rigors of both family life and outdoor adventures. The dashboard is clean and horizontal, with chunky buttons and knobs that can be operated with gloves, an nod to serious off-road use. At the center is Toyota's latest infotainment system, featuring a crisp touchscreen that supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Physical controls remain for climate settings, which is a relief in a world where too many brands are hiding everything behind touch menus. The seating position is upright and commanding, offering great visibility of the road and trails ahead. Front seats are supportive with firm bolstering, while the rear bench provides enough space for adults, even if legroom is slightly tighter compared to the larger Land Cruiser models. Cargo space is clever, with fold-flat rear seats that create a surprisingly large loading area for such a compact SUV. Toyota has even included small storage compartments throughout the cabin, perfect for stashing gear, water bottles, or maps. Higher trims add soft touch materials, leather upholstery, and ambient lighting, but the overall vibe remains more rugged than plush. This is an interior that invites you to get in with muddy boots, not one that makes you nervous about a little dirt. Performance is where Toyota has worked hard to make sure the Mini Land Cruiser doesn't just look the part but also acts the part. Under the hood, the standard engine is turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder producing around 235 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission and, of course, available four-wheel drive. For those who want even more punch, Toyota offers a hybrid option that pairs the same Turbo 4 with an electric motor, bumping total output to about 270 horsepower while also improving fuel efficiency. This hybrid powertrain is particularly impressive, delivering strong low-end torque that makes climbing steep trails or towing small loads much easier. On the road, the Mini Land Cruiser feels stable and confident, with a suspension tuned to soak up bumps and rough terrain. The steering is direct but not overly heavy, making it easy to maneuver in tight city streets while still offering feedback off-road. With a ground clearance of just under 9 inches, skid plates underneath, and selectable drive modes for mud, sand, and snow, this SUV is more than just a styling exercise, it's a true off-roader at heart. Toyota even offers an optional locking rear differential and crawl control system for buyers who plan to take it deep into the wilderness. Yet despite its ruggedness, it remains comfortable on the highway, with road noise kept to a minimum and ride quality that's smoother than you might expect from such a tough machine. When it comes to pricing, Toyota knows this vehicle is aimed at a wide audience. The starting price is expected to be around $32,000, which makes it one of the most affordable ways to get into a Land Cruiser badged vehicle. Mid-level trims with additional off-road equipment and tech features hover closer to the $38,000 range, while the top-tier hybrid model with luxury upgrades is expected to push just over $42,000. That puts it in competition with vehicles like the Ford Bronco Sport, Jeep Compass, and even the Land Rover Defender 90 in base form, though the Mini Land Cruiser arguably offers more heritage and off-road credibility than most of those options at a more approachable price point. Toyota is clearly aiming this SUV at younger buyers and families who love the idea of adventure but don't want the size or cost of a full-blown Land Cruiser. As we wrap up this review, it's clear that the 2026 Toyota Mini Land Cruiser is more than just a nostalgic nameplate. It's a smart, well-thought-out SUV that blends rugged styling, genuine off-road ability, and everyday usability into one package. It honors the Land Cruiser legacy while opening the door for a new generation of buyers to experience that same spirit of adventure. It might not be the massive global expedition vehicle that its larger sibling is known to be, but it delivers a taste of that world in a size and price that makes sense for today's market. For those who want an SUV that looks tough, drives capably, and carries a badge steeped in history, the Mini Land Cruiser feels like a winner. And that's our deep dive into the 2026 Toyota Mini Land Cruiser. What do you think? Has Toyota nailed the formula with this smaller version, or do you prefer the full-sized Land Cruiser experience? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Gearhead Garage for more in-depth car reviews, and ring the bell so you never miss our latest uploads. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.